human beings and associated pets of the world. This is London Electricity coming at you from Forest Hill in London. And the focus is on the album that comes out today, the Med School album New Blood 018. And from that album, this is brand new music by Natus. It's called In the Forest of Dreams. Natus is 19 years old. And slightly talented. See what you think of this. Let's go. And I found myself opening some of my DJ sets with this tune, and it really, really goes off. It's brilliant. It's me. So yeah, out today, various artists, New Blood 018, 16 tracks on the digital and the CD, 7 tracks on the vinyl. Brilliant artwork, amazing new artists. Loads more to come on this podcast. And I'm very, very glad to be able to say that many of the artists on New Blood are going to be joining us at Hospitality on the Beach, playing on the Incubator stage. So I'm dead chuffed about that. I'll tell you more about the beach in a sec. But meanwhile, we're just going to bathe in this lovely music. And the amazing Ed from Promo, who's given me a massive list of information about Hospitality on the Beach, apart from the date. It's in July. That's all I know. It includes almost everyone who's ever made or performed drum and bass. And it's happening in Tisno in Croatia, and it's our very, very first beach festival. Highlights include a 3-hour set from Andy C, Camo and Crooked, High Contrast, Danny Bird, me, Spy, Fredbean Graphics, Kings of the Rollers, Logistics, New Tone, Krakota, Injas, Fully Fueled Flex, Critical Music have a stage with everybody like Kazra, Mephius, Ivy Lab, NI, Foreign Concept, Halogenics, Med School and Blue Martin have a stage featuring Etherwood, Kino, Blue Martin, Winey, Kimyan Law, Bot Conduct, Tim Reaper. Sun and Bass are there. Sun and Bass from Sardinia with DJ Marky, Fabio Lensman, New Logic, Total Science, FD Submorphics, Jungle Jam versus Shack Out with Randall, Top Cat, Dillinger, New Tone doing a Lost Dubplate set, Spy Jungle set, The Blaster there with SBMC, Lucy J drop, Run with the Prototype, Sub-Zero back-to-back, Critical Impact, Voltage and Serum, and Distorted Minds. Absolutely loads more. And the festival is from the 12th to the 16th of July. It's a 5-day festival. 12th to the 16th sounds like 4 days, but actually it's a 5-day festival. Go to hospitalitydnb.com. There's probably a website for Hospitality on the Beach, but it's not here on my notes. So promo smashing it out at the moment. Brand new Danny Bird, this single is out right now. Salute with GQ. We have to play this again. Salute, Danny Bird, MCGQ. This is a verified all-time banger. I know I can't see into the future, but I just have this feeling about it.
Minister, for those who don't know, before we go any further, can I hear some noise inside the place, please?
Yes. Check out the official video for this, made by our very own Harry. It's on our YouTube channel. It's amazing. Massive shout to Gary GQ for being an absolute G. Let's do this. Coming in the mix, some brand new music from Unglued, from his forthcoming EP. It's a cut called Ghetto. As they used to say in 2014, it's a hurter. Sick. Okay, little shout from Alex Colbeck, he's a long-time listener. He's also a paraglider pilot and adventurer. He's from Harrogate in North Yorkshire, and he is planning to raise money for 2 charities and increase awareness of tinnitus in a grueling mountain challenge. It's the 6 Peak Challenge. It'll be UK first as he climbs and then paraglides down not only the national 3 peaks, Ben Nevis, Scafell Pike and Snowdon, but the Yorkshire 3 peaks, Ingleborough, Whernside and Penny Ghent as well. So his target donation is £1,000. The charities he's supporting are the Yorkshire Air Ambulance and the British Tinnitus Association. Just go to www.sixpeaks.co.uk for all information. Absolutely brilliant cause. How good is Unglued? He's this good. Massive shout to Dan Newtone for discovering Unglued as well. So I want to say thank you to the people from Help Musicians UK who came down for the last podcast. I hope you've listened to it. It was quite intense, it was quite in depth, but it taught me so many things. So if you're a musician or you know a musician or you are involved with a musician, and if they need any kind of help at all, direct them to their website. I think it's Help Music UK actually, isn't it? They've got an initiative called Music Minds Matter, which is a 24-hour helpline that you can call if you're feeling anxious or depressed or anything like that. And it was very, very bizarre because after the podcast, we then learnt about the death of Avicii for exactly these reasons. It doesn't matter what kind of music you make. Sometimes you need help. Don't be afraid to talk about it. Do not be ashamed. If you fall down the stairs and break your nose or puncture your bottom lip or hurt your scrotum, you will go to the doctor and talk about it. Trust me. So, if you're having troubles with your mind, what's the difference? There is no difference. Your brain is an organ just the same as every other part of your body. If you've got a problem with it, talk about it. Don't hide it. Okay, we're on New Blood territory now. New Blood 018. This is Coherent. A track called Low Key. I know we should have got Low Key on it on vocals. I know we messed up there. But never mind, it's a brilliant piece of music. And we are bringing Med School to Fabric quite soon. More information on that in a little while. But I just want to say that New Blood 018 is really like a next level of new blood, because the A&R process of it was started by Mullet and myself, and it was finessed by Dexter and Walton. It's had so much love put into it. On Friday the 11th of May, we bring the whole Med School crew down to Fabric in London, including myself. I'll be playing a Med School set. Sick tune. So yeah, 11th of May, it's going to be myself, London Electricity, Etherwood, Keno, Winey, Unglued, Lakeway back to back with Sweet Pea on a New Blood takeover, Chris in Perspective, MCs Ruthless, Tempsa and Degs. Cannot wait. Big shout and a big hug going out to Tiffany Bowley right now. Tiffany is currently going through chemotherapy, and she hopes to be well enough to take a trip from New Zealand all the way to the UK for hospitality in the park, if her cancer team approve. Tiffany, you can do it. You can do it. Okay, this is Tandy Phoenix, the Ulterior Motive remix of My Way. Brand new music from Voltage and Nicky Black Market, one of the all-time legends of jungle and drum and bass. Let's hear this now. I've got a little story to tell you about Nicky. In fact, no, I'm going to leave you guessing, but there's a word that he coined, the phrase that he coined, which is Uradustus. Basically, if you're on tour with Nicky, if you're in the car, and if someone drops one, you know, if they fart, basically, then Nicky goes Uradustus fartus. It's the Latin word for fart. Absolute banger. Voltage. Part of the Kings of the Rollers, as you probably know by now. Great to have Nikki back in the studio as well. Big shout out to Madava J as well, who sent me a shout in that's much too long to read out. So I'm not going to read it out. Matt Gorecki says, I want to say sorry for not introducing myself. Oh, that's okay. And he says, I drove 6 hours to Chicago from Cleveland, Ohio. Caught the red eye to Gatwick and 2 trains to Shadwell, stop and walk to my hotel before I came to the dock. Oh, it's you, Matt. You're that Matt. It was around 5 p.m. that you were walking up the hallway from the lockers. And I passed you in a dark grey hoodie and brown hospitality hat on. You kind of startled me with surprise and I froze up, and the next thing you did was your signing session, and I thought it was later than it was and I missed it. Hopefully next time we can meet, but I had a wonderful time. Glad I spent my Easter weekend at hospitality. Matt, don't be shy, mate. I'm just walking around talking to people. I am absolutely no different from you, other than I'm older, probably a bit fatter, and I've got glasses. So come and say hello. Back to the amazingly beautiful, wonderful planet that is New Blood 018, existing in its own solar system. This is Hidden Aspect, and it's called Mellow. Now, if you've been paying attention to the Med School Instagram channel, if you haven't, shame on you, follow it, because Dexter has been lovingly creating special artist cards to introduce and give you information on each new artist who's appearing on New Blood. I'm trying to regram as many of them as I can, but subscribe to the Med School channel. It doesn't stop there. They've also been gathering a lot of very, very interesting video footage from some of the artists involved about who they are and how they made their tunes. So, we're really going in on these new artists. Enjoy this. Boom, boom, boom. Oh. Beautiful. See, what I love about New Blood is that we get brand new artists and the music can be so good. I've been making tunes for years and I hear a tune like this and I just think, I couldn't do this. And that's exactly as it should be. shout in from Mope or Mope, who says, I wish you and your music will touch as much people's hearts and souls as possible. Always keep feeling love and feedback from your fans, and I hope your talent will help others to discover such a large emotional part of life as music and make drum and bass to seize the world. I like that sentiment. P.S. Tony, I listened to your set from St. Petersburg Hospitality 2014 about 100 times. Okay, Mope, don't take this the wrong way. We've got a phrase in England, right? And it is get a life, okay? If you're listening to my set 100 times, that's too many. Once or twice, okay? 100, come on. That's ridiculous. Anyway, that's very, very kind of you to let me know. You're very, very, very sweet. Yeah, shout out to you, Helen, and all the Russian fans of the podcast. Hello to all of you. Big love. I was only joking, by the way, about getting a life. Clearly, you've got a life. Now, because Matthias is away at the moment and didn't put this track listing together, Dexter put this track list together. Med School's very own Dexter. And lo and behold, what should appear but a remix by Dexter? It's amazing. Like, the coincidence. Who'd have thought? Life's full of so many surprises. This is called Fabricate. Very appropriately. It's by Marek. It's on Marek Music. A very fine remix it is as well. Available on vinyl, you'll be glad to know. And a massive shout out to everyone who went to the Clashmouth on Saturday at the House of Vans. If you don't know what Clashmouth is, then you will probably start hearing about it very soon. It's a drum and bass market for drum and bass labels. Any label that was any good was there, with a market stall, selling their vinyl, selling their t-shirts, selling their bits and pieces, and basically sharing the love of drum and bass. So drum and bass labels, small, medium-sized and big, get involved in Clashmouth. You need to be there. It's absolutely essential. Phil W. writes in and says, hi Tony, can you give a massive shout out to Makuotor and the Human Elements crew in Japan for putting on the 20 years of history night in Tokyo. The flawless sets, the venue, the crowd and the overall vibe made it quite probably the standout experience of my raving life so far. I was in Tokyo on holiday and found out about the event by chance and rocked up as a solo raver. Yes, get in. And I'm so glad I did. I got full body goosebumps at least 3 times during his set and was almost in tears of joy towards the end of Makoto's set. Thanks to all the crew for an amazing experience, and particular shouts going out to Aya, who played a set with incredible energy before Makoto and who couldn't have looked any happier. I'd love to see her play more in the UK if possible. Cheers, Phil. I've heard a lot about Makoto's 20 years set and he sent us a copy of it as well. And the best news of all, it's on the Hospital YouTube channel right now. So go and check it out. You can hear the whole thing for yourself. Nice second drop amens there, Dexter. As you can tell, Dexter is sitting right here producing the podcast. It'd be quite embarrassing if this remix wasn't very good, wouldn't it? But it's actually brilliant. Oh yes! New Blood territory again. This is Constrict. It's called Tight Coil. Ow, that sounds painful. And of course, New Blood is out today on very precious vinyl, CD, digital, format of your choice, streaming, screaming from the rooftops. And the thing that we love the most about New Blood is that it can be the platform for future success for artists. Some of these artists will go on to become very big names within drum and bass. We just don't know which. We should run our own sweepstake, really. I've got to say an absolutely massive shout to my promoters out in Poland, Illegal Breaks, David, Jakoda. They're kind of, this year they're taking me all around Poland. It's amazing. I'm doing gigs in pretty much every major city, and I was in Krakow on Saturday night. It's such a beautiful city. And I had a very late flight out last night, which meant that I had yesterday, and it was beautifully and sunny, and I actually had time to be a tourist and walk around the beautiful city of Krakow. If you haven't been there, you need to go there. It is gorgeous. And shout out to everyone who came down and sold out the club, which is called Prozac 2. Prozac with a K, not with a C, so I don't think it's anything to do with the drug. Okay, we've got some Zed Bias coming up now. Remixed by Skeptical. On exit, pick up the pieces. Let's do this. And if this podcast feels kind of quite fast paced today, it actually is. Life is moving very, very quickly at Hospital HQ right now. We've got a staff meeting in about half an hour, and the rest of the staff will then find out exactly how fast moving it really is. Dexter's just looking at me and laughing. You're not ready, mate. Trust me, you're not ready.
That's just how it should be.
some things that we do not mean, and we will disagree on some things. And we'll both say some things that we do not mean, and we will disagree on some things.
I'm officially in love with this tune.
I feel you for me. That's just how it should be.
I think we need to have some dub physics now. Coming out on Senka Sonic. This is Dust. You know what, I love the fact that that George Dub Physics and Strats are both doing their own EPs, and they are both brilliant. The Strats EP is absolutely amazing. Lanterns, you need to get it. Now, if you haven't got it, I urge you very strongly to buy Echoes by Apex. If you didn't check the last podcast, you may not know about it. It's on the Hospital Shop right now, on vinyl, on digital. It's a very special 12-inch. It's a brand new piece of music by Apex, who passed away last year, very, very sadly. And his partner went through his tunes and found a finished tune. It's amazing. All proceeds from the sale go to the Music Minds Matter initiative to help musicians UK. Limited edition, once it's gone, it's gone. So if you want to own a piece of history, a very special piece of history, and a very beautiful one as well, get Echoes by Apex. The B-side is amazing. It's an unreleased super VIP of the classic tune The Yearning by Unknown Error. Unknown Error, as you may know, was Apex working with Jim, who now runs Ram Records.
peace of mind. I'm falling over, falling for you. Didn't see the signs, I call you sober, no composure. We need peace of mind. I'm falling over, falling for you. Didn't see the signs, I call you sober, no composure.
Back to New Blood now. And two artists who've actually both collaborated with Logistics, funnily enough. And they're collaborating with each other on this tune for New Blood. Emma, Changing Faces, working with the Inmost Boys. And we're absolutely over the moon to have quite a lot of female producer talent on New Blood 018. There's a lot of really, really great female producers coming through now. It's been a long time, but it's happening. And I'm so happy about it. So if you enjoyed Sick Music, our January compilation of all new music, then you're ready for New Blood now. You need New Blood. It's out right now. And a guy called Carl Pooley has sent a shout in. He listened to the Dotcast, in which I played a demo of a new tune that I'm making. Hold tight, I'll tell you the rest in a minute. So the working title of this sketch that I played is Never Trust a Hippie, which I think is actually, it's really growing on me. Carl's not so sure about it, about the title. He also thinks, he says, can I lend my point of view? Bear in mind that the podcast was recorded live and I was listening to it quite loud in my van, but I'd like to hear a more prominent bouncy bass line in the track. I think it's a proper bass line tune, that one. Obviously it's your track. Well, yeah, thanks. I know nothing about production at all. And if you think I'm talking complete codswallop, then so be it. But Never Trust a Hippie got me going this morning. So I want a better bass line in it. Fair enough. That's cool. I like that feedback. Favour MC was not impressed by the title. But there's a reason that I like that title. It's because many quite dark new capitalist entrepreneurs who have become extremely successful and are twisting the whole fabric of the world used to be hippies. And hippies often turn out to be the greediest people that you could ever meet. Not always, obviously. I was going to say some of my best friends are hippies, but they're not. This is Unglued. Let's do this, come on! The title track from the Unglued EP, this is Chicken in a Spacesuit. If you have not seen the video, then you need to check it out because it stars Paul. Now, Mullet, as you know, who used to take care of Med School and the podcast, used to hate Paul. Like, he really, really hated Paul. If he hadn't been a vegan, he would have actually killed Paul. Even though Paul was made of rubber. So I've texted him about 5 times with links to the Unglued video just to wind him up. Mullet is somewhere in the Amazon teaching children, and he's not replied to one of those texts. So he's clearly still hurting that Paul lives on. Mullet, this goes out for you. And I don't know why he hates Paul. Chicken in a spacesuit with Ghetto, you need it. 2 tracks, digital release, out right now. Dexter has just told me that we have how many dub plates we got? We've got 10 dub plates of this tune. 10 specifically cut dub plates. It's out right now, and we haven't quite decided yet what we're going to do with the dub plates. Maybe you should reach out to Hospital on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook and maybe suggest ideas about what we can do with the Unglued dub plates. Nothing rude, just be nice. Last tune coming up, and it is obviously a New Blood track. It's by Esk and Mineral, and it's called Soul Toucher. My name's London Electricity. If you want to send a shout in, if it's short enough, you can send it into my Instagram or my Twitter or my Facebook. If it's really, really long, like so long that I'll read it, but I may not actually read it all out, you can email it. oldschoolpodcast@hospitalrecords.com. Massive love out to all of you. See you very soon.